The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus came to his native place and taught the people in their synagogue. They were astonished and said, "Where did this man get such wisdom and mighty deeds? Is he not the carpenter's son? Is not his mother named Mary, and his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas? Are not his sisters all with us? Where did this man get all this?" And they took offense at him. But Jesus said to them, "A prophet is not without honor except in his native place and in his own house." And he did not work many mighty deeds there because of their lack of faith. The Gospel of the Lord. Today is the feast of St Joseph the Workman. Feast that was established in 1955 by Pope Pius XII. And he established that to counteract the work of communism, which of course was rampant in those days. And if you remember, I think it happens still in Red Square in Moscow today, and in communist countries, their soldiers and sailors will march and they'll display all their weapons of mass destruction and so on. And so to counteract that emphasis, he introduced the feast of Joseph the Workman. And that was an appropriate thing to do because Joseph was a workman. He was a carpenter, just like his son was a workman and a carpenter. And by doing that, he is pointing out the value of the working man and the value of labor, whether it's as a carpenter or a machinist, whether it's a domestic or a waiter or a busboy, the value of their contribution to our society. And it has taken us a long time to catch up with the ideals of the daily workman. There are still restaurants around here where you have people who are illegal working and being paid not even the minimum wage of $7.35. They are exploited, unfortunately. And we also know that there are many women in this country who are performing the same jobs as men, but they're not paid the same salary. Exploitation and manipulation of the working persons. And so we all should be concerned about this because it affects all of us in one way or another. But last year, thank God, there was a change in many states throughout the country. The minimum wage was changed, and in many states, I think it went up to $15 an hour. And I think actually in California or San Francisco, it went up to $20 an hour. And that was appropriate. And hopefully it will continue. Joseph is the just man. That's how he's described in the scriptures, as a just man. And we all know what the word just means. We all should be people of justice. And we know that he, for example, when he discovered that his fiancée was pregnant, he was quite entitled to expose her. But he knew if he did, the punishment would be stoning. And so the gospel tells us that he decided to divorce her secretly to protect her. But then when the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, "Joseph, don't be afraid to take Mary as your wife," he did what the Lord commanded him. He was a just man and is an example for all of us. And so this morning, as we celebrate his feast day, we give thanks to Almighty God for his wonderful example, and hopefully that we will follow his example, and in our daily lives, we will try to be just persons also.